It's your boy Wolfpack Chris, Face of Iron Gang, H2G Fit Coach, and you can follow me on Instagram at IRON_GANG. That's IRON_GANG Iron Gang. Now, topic on the table for discussion today is leg press versus squats. What's better for the legs? What do you prefer to work? What do I prefer to work? What do I recommend that you should use when doing legs? Now, it all depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I kind of grabbed this idea, not so much the idea, but the thought to do this video based around a Reddit topic. And no, this is not a Reddit response video. I will be doing another one for the Reddit response series if you guys are following my Reddit response series. But pretty much this is to give you guys a pretty much an idea of how you should train legs, how you should focus your routine based around your legs on leg day. Leg day is typically one of them things that a lot of people kind of resist. A lot of guys skip leg day. You'll see a lot of the guys who actually are regulars at the gym, who are true weightlifters, who have a nice upper body but have a disproportionate lower body. Sometimes it's not so much because they don't train legs, it's just legs are the hardest thing to grow. And if you ask me, and I'm no expert, and I'm not claiming to be an expert, this is just my honest, humble opinion, and you can do your own research for it. It's one of those things that you probably have to be genetically gifted to have that full package of a proportionate lower body to a proportionate upper body. I notice a lot with women, particularly females, you see a lot more of a disproportion in body shape. A lot of women are bottom heavy, which means they have really great legs, and the upper body, they don't have a lot of weight at all. Some women have a lot of weight up top, and lower body, they have none. I think with women, particularly though, however, in training, and from what I notice when I go to the gym, and what I notice in the fitness community, a lot of women really train legs, and they train legs hard. And I think this should be a topic that I should probably do multiple videos on. I probably will eventually. But with all that stuff off to the side, let's talk about leg day and training legs. So the particular Reddit post that I read, I believe in the Power Building subreddit community, they were talking about the difference between squats and leg press. What works best for legs? Well, it all depends on what you're trying to do. I believe personally, if you're going for pure strength, squats are probably going to be the way to go. I say that because you're working so many different ancillary muscle groups in support of the actual movement. Squats is a compound movement, which means it's not just a one direct movement. You're doing multiple movements in the actual routine. Leg press is, in my opinion, more so of an isolation movement. You're getting definitely good contraction in your quads. You're getting a little bit in your hams on the in the up position, on the down position. More of the, well, I take that back. In the up position, more of the weight is focused on your quads and on your hams, and that's in the up position, guys. So, and I plan on doing a leg tutorial video to give you guys some ideas and some suggestions for leg day. But I think definitely if you're going power and strength, squats, hands down, is probably the best way to go. If you're training because you want to tone your legs up, or you want to build a little muscle, leg press might be the better way to go because you're isolating, particularly for muscle growth, for hypertrophy, for volume style training. Isolation is the best way to go. And when I say isolation, I don't mean isolation in pure sense of the word, where you're isolating one side of your body and forcing it to do just as much work as the other side of the body. When you're on the leg press machine, both of your legs are working together in tandem. Um, However, you're not doing as much of a compound movement as you are with squats. So you're really isolating your movements to your quads, pretty much your lower legs and your quads. So real quick to talk about, let's talk about squats real quick. When you're doing the squat, um, you're unracking the weight off the rack. You got your feet about shoulder width apart, um, and you're going down with it. In the down movement, you want to make sure that your back is straight as possible. And when you're coming down with the weight, you want to make sure your balance is all sitting towards the back end to the outside area of your feet. You want to make sure you have a good base, a good solid base planted on the ground. You want to make sure when you come down, your back is straight. So, with that being said, you never want to squat with more weight than what you can particularly handle, because you're not going to be able to maintain a straight back and be able to support all that weight going down. Now, in the down movement, you're going to notice a couple of things happening. Um, your quads are definitely gonna feel a strain on them. Your hams are gonna feel a strain on them, and you might feel a little bit in your core. Uh, but where you really pay dividends in the squat is in the upward side of the movement. So coming back up with the weight, you're going to be activating your calf muscles. You're going to be activating your core big time. You're going to be activating your quads. You're going to be activating your hams. All of these muscle groups at the same time as you're coming up with the weight are going to tense up together. Now, the primary muscle group that's going to receive all the benefit from it, however, is probably going to be your glutes and your quads. But you're still working other muscle groups the same in tandem. And that's why, in my opinion, I feel like squats are probably the better movement. If you're training for power and strength again, like I said, squats is going to be your best bet. But that doesn't mean that you can't train squats for hypertrophy, muscle growth, right? So, do a moderate weight, a moderate amount of weight, and try to mix that in with some volume style training, anywhere between 5 sets of 10 to 12 reps with 60% of what your max personal record is, what your max PR is. And we'll go into terminology and everything later in other videos. Now, on the other side of legs is leg press. I like leg press, like I said, because it's more of an isolation movement. Like I said, you do them in tandem. That doesn't mean you can't do them isolating one leg from the other. I typically, when I'm really going hard on legs, I will isolate leg press and do one leg, doing the movement by itself. I'll sit one leg out and just have one leg on the actual leg press and just press the weight up with one leg, and then I'll do alternate, and I'll mix up my volume routine like that. For that one, I'm not necessarily loading up the weight. I'm not necessarily trying to build power and strength. I'm just trying to do muscle growth, pretty much. Get a good volume routine in, do a progressive overload. Recently I'm starting with like 315, 405, and I'm doing 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 with that, and then I'm progressively going up to about 10 sets, throwing 245-pound plates on each side until I get up to that set 10 range, and I may even double the sets with the same weight as I progressively go up. So it's about progressive overload and volume for hypertrophy growth in the muscle. And like I said, when you're doing legs, or when you're doing these movements, it all depends on what your actual goal is. Are you trying to power lift? Or are you trying to build muscle? Or are you trying to do both? Because I think that you can do both. And they got a new community. I won't say it's a new community. I don't want to offend or step on anybody's toes. But they got a community called power building. It's not necessarily bodybuilding. It's not necessarily powerlifting. It's a combination of the two. You see those really big, swole guys who look like bodybuilders. They don't compete. They just look like they could compete. They don't have nowhere near the body fat percentage as actual competitors. However, though they look like competitors, they are very, very strong. Those guys are much more stronger than actual competitors because they mix a style of power and strength training in with volume and hypertrophy training, muscle growth. Um, and like I said, they marry the two in together. Me personally, I'm trying to marry the two in together with my training, power strength style training, 5x5, max PRs with 60% straight high volume and build muscle that way. So that was my 10-minute video spiel on leg press versus shoulders. So if you're interested in training legs, if you have any questions about legs, if I don't know it, I definitely will do my best to try to figure it out. I have quite a bit of experience in training and training legs, and I'm still learning as I train my legs because I'm trying to get some pretty good separation on my legs too as well. And as I learn it, I will share it. If I find the resource, I will also share that. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have something to say about this video, comment down below. If you like my channel and all my other videos, subscribe to Iron Gang. And as always, Iron Gang for life. Iron Gang out. Y'all have a blessed evening. Bye.